ADHD and getting sucked into certain situations. Patients with damage to their prefrontal cortex repeatedly go in and out of the nurse rooms. The nurse thinks that the patients are mocking her, but the patients are simply responding to the situation. There is a door there, so they unconsciously go in and out of it repeatedly. Similarly, people with a weak prefrontal cortex get caught up in situations easily. I got caught up in every situation. When I work, I got caught up in work. When I meet people, I get caught up in the situation of meeting people. When I eat, I get caught up in the food. And when I study, I get caught up in studying. So maybe I am overdoing it. This is risky for both children and adults, as they are heavily influenced by the situation and the other person involved. In comparative environments like companies, having such a trait can make someone a sacrificial ram. A boss with good adaptability in handling situations used to put me in a difficult situation, and I've been in many situations where I didn't know what to do. Children whose prefrontal cortex is still developing are particularly vulnerable to this, and those who have less developmental prefrontal cortexes are more likely to be exploited by others. They can get caught up in the situation and be manipulated by the actions or words of others, and unintentionally do something wrong and ended up being blamed for it. To put it positively, they are innocent victims, but negatively, they can be seen as foolish. Therefore, people with conditions like ADHD or Asperger's, whose prefrontal cortexes are weaker, need to be extremely cautious around others. As a woman, I have survived by passing through places like a church, selected groups, and companies, which provide some protection. Otherwise, if I hadn't been lucky enough to attend a decent school or a company, I shudder to think what would have happened. Fortunately, schools and churches and companies are relatively selective groups. Even if people there are not good, they are less likely to be truly evil. Therefore, people with ADHD are vulnerable to being wrongly accused. They may not have bad intentions, but because they react to situations, it's almost impossible for them to stop and think before acting. They may jump to conclusion or twist things around when someone says just one word, which can sometimes lead to them getting involved in criminal activities. That's why if your children has ADHD, it's important to manage their friendships. As an adult, it's best to work alone since it's easy to fall victim to others' schemes. Fortunately, freelancing is becoming more popular these days, which can be a good option for people with ADHD. However, the most dangerous thing for someone with ADHD is the other people.